Gosh, I love that our amazing dungeon masters are in full control of everything that goes on, and why wouldn't they? They write the game, they set the battles, and they make the story up. Surely they have full control of the game. Yeah. I know we've all been there, in that situation where we're about to do something really dumb, or an NPC tried to do something and, well, they were needed. The Lord of the RNG. I'm trademarking that, it's mine. When this guy shows up, you know you have to be worried, because you know why that big bad dude that's monologuing, that chaotic, puts their expertise in sleight of hand and steals everything rogue, is gonna take a peek. Like this one game I was in. Frickin' awesome segue. This game was ripe with those instances where the Lord of the RNG came in and completely shifted the projected outcomes of things. Here are some of many instances of that. So, this evil wizard dude chooses our little gang to mess with. But from the get-go we started to whoop this dude. We started with the classic Bethesda in prison scenario, where we spent all about 5 minutes in before on one side the rogue attempted to steal the keys, as on the other the Minotaur we had tried to bust out of his cell. Now I'm sure the DM expected and maybe wanted us to try and attempt to leave, but what he didn't bet on was our party's ability to roll really, really well, leaving us out of the cells and the guards in the cells as we dipped out of there. Now, skipping down a few days, we came to this village. Now this big bad dude decides now would be a great time to dramatically reveal stuff to our party in the middle of the street. And while he was doing that, that's when the rogue got to work. One of 2 rogues we had, by the way. We had 2 rogues in this game. It was... so no one saw them. They didn't exist. Now we all know if the DM was in charge of everything, the baddie would go on through his monologue untouched and leave us tense or scared. But the DM had to go through them. He had to politely ask the Lord of the RNG how well the rogue did at picking this dude's pockets. Now, from here it was just moment after moment of our characters either persuading or bargaining with people that worked with this bad guy to work for us. Firstly, it was one of our characters' brothers, who was brainwashed to help the baddies. The second was a high-ranking officer, who all we had to do was pay him to help us. My character at the time, who somehow became the face of the party, had a negative in charisma. And this all still happened. To keep things moving quickly here, we stole a boat and zipped over to a continent that wasn't trying to kill us, and might even help us out. And oh yeah, on the way there we just ramped over a storm giant that was getting up. That happened. But it was like a mega storm giant. And we lived. That was an event. And we leveled up from that too. So we returned some princess that was in the prison with us. And the emperor there was like, go to the mountain and you'll find someone who will help you. And we were like, yeah, cool, thanks. Now that dude who was going to help us just so happened to be an ancient black dragon. Now this dragon wanted us to prove our strength to him in a whole I'm going to sit here and see how much damage you can do thing. So Mr. RNG, how much damage did they do? Huh? I'm sure the DM can spin things that this is all his plan all along, but in that moment, whatever the plan was, the Dice Lord was on our side every time. Well, most of us. One of our players were plagued with our party's bad luck. I swear this dude rolled never above a 15, even with bonuses, never when it mattered. And that all coalesced when, upon trying to revive our Minotaur, who had died, using similar rules to Spellbound, the poor lad rolled a dang that one.
What are you waiting for? Do it. Do it!
This dude couldn't catch a break. He sat there trying to hit a bird with Eldritch Blast for like 8 rounds and still couldn't hit it. Well, before he died. Alright. Now, the game had gone on for a while now. We were all level 4, anxious to get to level 5, but as we were arguing with the 2 new characters that showed up to replace the dead ones, our rogue half-elf, who was apparently a vessel for this god, the same god who the bad guys worked for, and they, well, in somewhat of a trance, grabbed the hilt of this sword that we got. That was basically a one-way trip into this god's realm, so we all ran in there after them. We weren't in any way ready for this fight, this endgame level boss, but after some heated words and us not willing to let them take control of our rogue, and the other rogue deciding to attack them, yeah, we had to go back to him. So they attacked the god at level 4. Can I punish them, maybe? How do they do? Oh. Aha. Of course. And that's how we managed to win a game, probably 20 sessions early. And of course I know the DM could have been holding punches or even done the most classic of DM tricks by fudging the dice a little, but that is a whole different story for a different video. Thank you so much for watching, fellas. I'll catch yous.